What if weight loss medications were only giving you half of the real picture? Ozempic costs up to $1,000 every single month for most people using it. 1 in 5 people using Ozempic experience nausea as a frustrating and uncomfortable side effect. The moment you stop injecting it, every pound you lost comes rushing right back quickly. But there is a simple drink that costs less than $1 to make daily. This drink targets the exact same hormone pathway that expensive Ozempic injections are designed for. And it does something that Ozempic itself has never been proven to actually do well. It removes fat from inside your liver, which is where real fat loss truly begins. Today we break down the science, the ingredients, the recipe, and the full protocol clearly. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights you can actually use. Before anything else, you need to understand why your liver matters so much for fat loss. Fat that builds up inside the liver disrupts insulin signaling throughout your entire metabolic system badly. When your liver is clogged with fat, losing weight anywhere else becomes significantly much harder. Roughly 1 in 4 adults worldwide now has some level of liver fat building up. You simply cannot out-exercise a fatty liver, no matter how hard you train each day. Most weight loss programs, injections, and medications completely ignore this critical organ and its fat problem. That is exactly why this drink holds such a powerful and unique advantage over drugs. Now let us talk about the hormone that makes this entire protocol work so effectively together. Your body naturally produces a hormone called GLP-1, and it is your built-in fullness signal. GLP-1 tells your brain to stop eating before you have consumed way too many calories. It also slows down digestion so that you stay satisfied and full for much longer naturally. It keeps your blood sugar stable, which means fat burning stays switched on inside your body. When blood sugar is stable, your body does not store extra energy as new body fat. The serious problem is that your natural GLP-1 only lasts about 2 minutes in your bloodstream. There is an enzyme in your body called DPP-4 that destroys GLP-1 almost immediately after release. That enzyme shuts down your fullness signal before it ever gets the chance to fully work. Ozempic was engineered by scientists specifically to bypass that destructive DPP-4 enzyme inside your body chemically. That enzyme bypass is essentially the entire trick behind how the expensive drug actually works pharmacologically. But here is the remarkable part that most health channels are simply not talking about openly. 2 completely natural compounds do the exact same thing to that enzyme, through food and plants. Those 2 ingredients form the foundation of this powerful, affordable, and research-backed fat-burning drink protocol. The first ingredient is matcha green tea, and not all green tea is created equally here. Regular green tea involves steeping a tea bag in hot water and then discarding the leaf. With matcha, you consume the entire ground leaf, and that changes everything about its potency significantly. Matcha delivers 3 to 10 times more catechins per cup than regular brewed green tea does. Catechins are the active fat-burning compounds inside green tea that make the real metabolic difference daily. The higher the catechin concentration in your cup, the more powerful the fat-burning effect becomes overall. This is not a small or theoretical difference in potency between the 2 types of tea. A double-blind clinical trial was conducted on patients who already had confirmed fatty liver disease clinically. Double-blind means neither the patients nor the researchers knew who was receiving which treatment during the trial. That is considered the gold standard of medical research for proving whether something actually works or not. Researchers divided participants into 3 separate groups to compare outcomes across different levels of catechin intake. The first group drank high catechin matcha green tea consistently every day for 12 full weeks together. The second group drank low catechin regular green tea over that same 12-week study period daily. The third group received a placebo and believed they were drinking beneficial tea but received none. After 12 weeks, researchers performed CT scans and ultrasounds to measure changes inside the participants' organs directly. They measured liver fat levels, body fat percentage, body weight, and important liver enzyme function markers. The placebo group gained weight over those 12 weeks, with no meaningful health improvements recorded at all. The low catechin regular green tea group showed modest and small improvements in their body composition measurements. But the high catechin matcha group showed dramatic and measurable improvements across every single category they measured. The most important finding was what happened to the liver fat ratio inside the matcha group specifically. At the start of the study, their liver fat ratio measured at 91% on scans. A score below 100 means fat has built up and is present inside the liver tissue. After 12 full weeks of drinking high catechin matcha, that ratio climbed back up to 101. That means fat was actively leaving the liver, and the organ was returning back to normal function. This is enormous news, because almost nothing studied in mainstream weight loss research achieves this liver result. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic do not clear fat from the liver according to current available research today. Matcha does both at once, hitting the GLP-1 pathway and simultaneously clearing the liver of dangerous fat. Liver enzyme levels also improved significantly in the matcha group, but showed little change in others tested. So the first ingredient alone is already doing something that no pharmaceutical prescription drug is currently accomplishing together. But the second ingredient pairs with matcha in a way that makes the combination even more powerful. Think of it as matcha's close cousin, working through a completely different but complementary biological pathway daily. This second ingredient also attacks the DPEP4 enzyme that destroys your GLP-1 fullness hormone so quickly. When you stack these two ingredients together in your cup, the combined effect is far greater alone. This ingredient has been used in traditional medicine, especially throughout India, for over 4,000 recorded years. It has been studied for fat loss, blood sugar balance, cholesterol levels, and healthy blood pressure results. Essentially, it supports every single process that many expensive medications and injections are being prescribed for today. What is it? It is Moringa, also widely known around the world as the miracle tree plant. Moringa is one of the most nutrient-dense plants that scientists have ever thoroughly studied in research. But the reason it belongs in this drink is not about its vitamins or mineral content alone. A specific compound found in the moringa leaf, called isothiocyanates, is what makes it metabolically powerful here. Isothiocyanates block the same DPEP4 enzyme through an entirely different biochemical pathway than the catechins in matcha. That means both ingredients are protecting your GLP-1 from two completely different biological angles simultaneously every day. In a 16-week human clinical trial, participants using a moringa-based supplement lost dramatically more fat overall. On average, the moringa group lost 6 times more fat than the placebo group during that trial. 6 times more fat loss just from adding moringa as a consistent daily supplement for 16 weeks. Animal research also shows that moringa can actually prevent fatty liver from forming in the first place. That liver protective effect is largely tied to moringa's extraordinarily rich and diverse antioxidant profile inside the leaf. This is why the combination of matcha and moringa is so much more powerful than either alone. 2 ingredients, 2 different mechanisms, 1 shared target and 1 shared result. Better fat loss every day. One critical note about moringa: before you go and purchase any product available on the market today, always use the actual ground moringa leaf, never an extract or a concentrated capsule from the store. Most commercial moringa extracts use heat processing during manufacturing, which destroys the isothiocyanates that make it work. If the key compounds are destroyed during processing, you are left with something that simply will not perform. Ground leaf preserves the active compounds and delivers the real benefit that the research has actually demonstrated clearly. Now let us walk through exactly how to make this drink step by step in simple terms. Start with 8 to 12 ounces of hot water that is warm, but not at full boiling temperature. Boiling water that is too hot can damage and degrade some of the key compounds inside matcha. Add 1/2 teaspoon of organic, high-quality matcha powder directly into your cup or bowl first. Look for a bright, vivid, and deeply green color when selecting a matcha powder at the store. Dull, yellowish, or faded matcha has almost certainly lost its potency and will deliver far fewer catechins. Next, add your Moringa ground leaf powder directly into the same cup alongside your matcha powder together. Start with a smaller amount if you are new to the taste, and gradually increase it over time. More Moringa means a slightly earthier flavor, but it also means a stronger and more effective metabolic impact. Whisk or stir everything together until the mixture is completely smooth and there are no dry clumps remaining. Do not drink it just yet, because there are 2 powerful optional additions worth knowing about right now. The first optional addition is a squeeze of fresh lemon juice added directly into your finished drink today. Research from Purdue University found that citrus juice preserves up to 5 times more catechins through digestion safely. Without lemon, your body may only absorb about 20% of the catechins you actually consumed in the drink. Adding a squeeze of lemon pushes that absorption rate up to roughly 80% instead of just 20%. That single simple addition essentially transforms your drink from a partial dose into a complete and full dose. The second optional addition is 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar stirred into the finished drink carefully. Apple cider vinegar blunts the blood sugar spike that typically follows after eating your next meal shortly after. It also activates the same GLP-1 and insulin-related pathways that matcha and moringa are already stimulating together. When all 3 work together, you are pulling on the same hormonal lever from 3 completely separate directions. Now, there are also a few important things to avoid putting into this drink under any circumstances today. Do not add sugar or any kind of flavored syrup to your matcha and moringa drink at all. Sugar immediately undoes the blood sugar stabilizing effect that the entire drink is designed to create for you. Avoid adding too much dairy or skip dairy-based creamers entirely when preparing this drink each morning daily. Proteins found in dairy bind to the egg CG and catechins in matcha and reduce their absorption significantly. That dairy catechin binding effect is essentially the opposite of what the lemon juice is doing for absorption. If you want a creamy texture in your drink, collagen protein powder is a much better choice here. Collagen supports healthy blood sugar, helps build muscle over time, and stimulates your metabolism in a positive way. Look for a collagen powder that uses a natural sweetener like monk fruit for added taste without sugar. This gives you creaminess, sweetness, protein, and metabolic support, all from one clean and simple ingredient addition. Now let us talk about when to drink this for maximum fat-burning effect throughout your day consistently. The optimal timing window is between 30 minutes and 2 hours before eating your next main meal daily. That window allows matcha and moringa enough time to activate and open up the GLP-1 hormone pathway fully. By the time your food arrives, your natural fullness signal is already fired up and fully working hard. You will feel the satiety effect kicking in before your meal is even halfway finished on your plate. This works before lunch, before dinner, or even as a morning routine that replaces a less healthy habit. Because matcha naturally contains caffeine at about 1/3 the level found in a standard cup of coffee, be careful. Avoid drinking this too close to bedtime, because even low caffeine can interfere with your ability to sleep well. 2 to 3 hours before dinner is a reasonable cutoff point for your last serving of this drink. Many people find this drink works perfectly as a mid-morning replacement for afternoon energy drinks or sodas daily. It provides smooth, sustained energy without the crash because of an amino acid naturally present inside matcha always. That amino acid is called L-theanine, and it slows how your body absorbs the caffeine in matcha naturally. L-theanine also promotes calm and focused alertness without any cortisol spike or anxious, jittery feeling afterward. This is important because elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, directly promotes stubborn fat storage around your midsection consistently. So the calming effect of L-theanine is not just about comfort, It actually has a real metabolic benefit too. Research has also shown that L-theanine increases alpha brainwave activity, which supports relaxed but sharpened mental focus. That means this drink supports both your body composition and your cognitive performance at the same time daily. Now here is the final piece of this protocol, and it multiplies everything else we have covered significantly today. It could not be simpler. It costs nothing. It requires no equipment, no gym, and no special skill at all. We are talking about walking, specifically a 20 to 30-minute walk taken right after your meal finishes. Walking after eating is already one of the most powerful and underrated tools for blood sugar control available. Research consistently shows that even a 10-minute walk after a meal lowers blood sugar significantly across the full day. Lower blood sugar means lower insulin levels, and lower insulin means your body stays in fat-burning mode longer. But when you combine post-meal walking with the matcha and moringa drink consumed beforehand, something remarkable happens measurably. In a study from the University of Chichester, researchers measured fat burning in women during moderate-intensity walking sessions carefully. One group walked without matcha. The other group consumed matcha daily and then went for the same walk. The matcha group burned 35% more fat during that identical walk than the group without matcha today. 35% more fat oxidation from the exact same physical effort simply by adding this drink beforehand consistently. That is an extraordinary return for something that costs less than $1 and takes minutes to prepare. 3 powerful things happen simultaneously when you combine this drink with a post-meal walk each day consistently. First, your body burns 35% more fat during the walk itself compared to walking without the drink. Second, your blood sugar stays flat and stable after eating, keeping insulin low and fat burning extended further. Third, walking itself independently triggers your gut to release even more GLP-1 into your bloodstream naturally always. The hormone that matcha and moringa are already protecting gets further amplified by the physical act of walking daily. That means 3 completely separate biological levers are all pulling on the same hormone at the exact same time. Matcha protects GLP-1. Moringa protects GLP-1. Walking produces more GLP-1. All 3 working together every single day. That triple lever effect on one critical hormone is precisely why this protocol produces such consistent and meaningful results. One additional finding from the research world is worth including here because it deepens the moringa story further. A review published in the journal Nutrients found that moringa's isothiocyanates may also activate something called the NRF2 pathway. NRF2 is essentially a master switch in the body that turns on your natural antioxidant defense gene expression. This suggests moringa's liver protective benefits go far beyond simply clearing existing fat from liver tissue over time. It may also actively defend liver cells from oxidative damage, which is a root driver of metabolic dysfunction entirely. Oxidative stress in the liver is one of the primary reasons fatty liver progresses into more serious liver disease. So moringa is not just clearing the problem, but potentially protecting the liver from the damage that created it. That layered protection makes moringa one of the most genuinely impressive and underutilized metabolic plants currently available today. When you combine that with matcha's catechins working on both GLP-1 and thermogenesis simultaneously, the results make real sense. This is not about one miracle ingredient doing one thing. It is about intelligent and strategic stacking of compounds. Each ingredient amplifies the next. Each mechanism supports another. And the walk at the end ties everything together cleanly. To summarize the full protocol clearly, drink your matcha and moringa 30 minutes to 2 hours before eating. Add fresh lemon juice to boost catechin absorption from 20% up to 80% in your body. Consider adding apple cider vinegar if the taste is acceptable to you for additional GLP-1 and insulin support. Avoid sugar, flavored syrups, and heavy dairy additions that would reduce the effectiveness of your carefully prepared drink. After your meal, Take a 20 to 30-minute walk to activate the final and most powerful layer here. Do that consistently each day, and you are working with your body's own hormonal systems rather than against them. You are supporting liver health, activating natural satiety hormones, stabilizing blood sugar, and enhancing fat burning through exercise. All of that for under $1 per day with no prescription, no injection, and no serious side effects. If this kind of research-backed, practical, and straightforward health content is what you have been looking for consistently online, stay here. Like this video if you found the information genuinely useful and want to see more evidence-based content regularly uploaded. Subscribe to Real Health Logic so you never miss a new video packed with research you can actually apply. Every video on this channel is built around real science, honest information, and practical steps you can start today. We will see you in the next one.